We go. Hey, I've got a really special guest here that I've known for a long time. I think I've known her longer than what she believes I've known her. But can you introduce yourself a little bit about what you're doing right now in the world of this game?
Yeah, sure. My name is Zanden. I'm a player of the Dutch national team. Um, I've been part of the selection of the Dutch national team for about 8 years now. And I also play for Olympia. So that's a Dutch club in Haarlem. I play outfield and infield, so kind of a all-rounder. Um,
And you've been
yeah.
playing for how long? When did you start?
Well, I've been playing like since I was a little kid. I played like baseball, so I've been playing since I was 4. But like serious softball wise, I've been playing since I was 8, 9, maybe.
And so now you're what age?
I'm
I hate to,
31.
I hate to ask you that. 31.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm 31. I reached the
And
30s already.
And I can attest to this girl. She won the most valuable something at the Cup a few years back, and it's like, oh my gosh! And we all love her because her personality is good. She's a little bit electric. She's got skills that every one of our girls would love to have. I mean, she's quick. She's got a great arm. Can I go on? Can I go on, Cindy?
But I don't know. You're very nice. You're very nice.
Well, the facts are true. So it's really interesting. But anyhow, a lot of girls want to be where you are, whether they're Dutch girls or whether they're American girls, and kind of tell the story about. At one point, you made a decision that you wanted to make a commitment to softball and really work. What did that look like in your life?
Yeah, I kind of grew into it maybe, but like since I was about 12 years old, I started getting selected for the national young teams of the Netherlands. So I kind of grew into that. Like from 12 to 17, 18, I've been playing for the Dutch national youth teams. And after that, actually, I had kind of a break. So I kept playing softball, but not for the national team. So I went to university and everything, and then I joined the national team 8 years ago, and since then I've just been playing.
So, what does that look like playing for the national team? What is your year? I mean, you're paid to play, correct?
Yes, true.
And
Yep.
you are paid to train.
Yes. So we practice 4 to 5 days a week. So we practice Monday to Thursday always. Like in the mornings we have like softball practice, and in the afternoons we have like we go to the gym or we have like culture sessions or classroom sessions. So we practice all week, and then during season we play on Saturdays. And then during the summer periods, we have all the tournaments and everything. So that's kind of
So,
how it looks like.
has it been a good ride for you?
Um, it's been quite a tough ride too. It's been it's an awesome experience, and it's brought me a lot. But it was also a lot of hard work for me. So it's not always been great. But that's also part of being a professional athlete, I think. So it's not a bad thing. It's also learned me a lot. So yeah, that's a good thing. It's a good thing,
So,
and I'm glad I'm here now. So.
how many more years are you going to be playing at this level?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really sure about that. I still love playing. I kind of the last few years I've actually been thinking about it because I turned 31, so that's I'm getting to an age where there are also other things I want to think about and want to do. But I still love playing, and I'm not ready to quit yet. So as long as I love it and as long as I can combine it with other things I want to do, then I'm fully going for it.
So the Dutch in softball, there's a particular level that the sport is being played there. There's a couple of sports that are bigger in the Netherlands. What are those sports and how do they compare to what you're doing?
What do you mean exactly?
Okay,
Because
so I know skating is a big deal.
ice
I
skating,
know
yeah.
this past year you had FEMCA in track, and you
Yeah,
have your speed skaters
running.
are a big deal. Your swimmers are some of them
Yes.
are a pretty big deal. Where does that rate in?
Soccer is a
Where
big
does
deal.
softball? Yeah, soccer a bit too. Yeah,
Yep.
where does softball rate
Um,
in that?
and softball is not really like popular sport in Holland. So that makes it a little bit harder sometimes here to be seen maybe as a sport. So we have to do a lot like to get sponsors or anything because like people don't know softball. So it's sometimes hard for us to be seen, but well, our greatest luck is that we actually get money to practice and to go to tournaments and everything. So that makes it possible for us to perform on a high level.
So on the female sports side, I think the best team sport you have in the Netherlands, I think you're world champions year over year over year is field hockey. Why did you not play field
Hockey,
hockey?
yes. Yeah, it's a good. That's because my brother and sister were already playing baseball and softball, so I was just went to the field and joined.
So there's no field hockey in your blood, right?
There's no field hockey. No, it's all softball and baseball in my family. So
So you shared earlier that you also are you're able to work some just outside. I mean, I know your full-time job is softball, but you have another job that you consider a little bit not full-time maybe, but you invest in something. What do you do in your life on the vocation side?
but I study psychology, so I'm a psychologist and I work in a youth prison. So I work with children that are like uh, that committed crimes, but I'm trying actually to see also the good sides and try to get them in the right place to get them back into society.
Have you been any has have you seen success in that at all?
Yes, I've seen success in it, but it's hard for me to say right now because I just switched jobs. So I've been doing this for a few months only. Before that, I've been working in prison, but I just did like all the psychology, like the testing and stuff. And now I'm actually trying to get to know the like I work with boys because I work in a boy prison. But so I'm now actually trying to work together with the kids to get them back out into society. So,
And be
and yes,
productive.
there have been successes, but I've not really been a part of it yet. So I hope I'm gonna be.
So once they know that you're a professional athlete, I think immediately they become respectful. Maybe.
Yes. Well, yeah, there are some. Yeah, I do recognize some respect on some certain, like on some level, when I tell them, but um, it's not really the way, like, I don't really want them to, like, how do I say that? I don't really talk with them a lot about my personal life.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's not actually what I talk about with them, but some of them know, and it's something to talk about too, because sport unites.
Yeah,
Also, it's a
exactly.
different kind of sport, yeah. And most of the guys here, because soccer is a very like popular sport in Holland, so most of the guys I work with, the boys, they play soccer and they love sports. So then it's actually a nice thing to be able to talk about with them. But yeah,
Getting a obviously finding an avenue that you can join in a conversation that they understand. Obviously, sports is a big deal, and probably every one of them are soccer boys. And
yes,
immediately you can go into struggles on the field and so forth because you've experienced them yourself. So what
thank
is
you.
a time in sport that you felt was a time that you could say that moment was a moment I'll never forget? Is there a time like that?
Yeah, but there are multiple times like that. Like, because I've had quite a long career because I'm 31 already. So there are more. Let me think.
Give me
Actually,
one of
last
them.
year, sorry.
Give me one of them. There is one.
Yeah, last year at Worlds, it was my first real Worlds, and we qualified the year before, and this was like the final tournament. And then getting up on that field with like that much audience around you and that ambiance and everything, it was yeah, it was amazing to like experience that for once. Yeah.
So, does LA, does Los Angeles, the games in 2028 interest you?
Um, that's a good question too. It's like quite far ahead for me because it's like 3 more years and I'm 31. So I'm going to have to see where it takes me, I guess.
So you're
Of
not sure.
course, it's a dream. It's a dream to be there because last time we didn't when we had the chance in 2020 or 21 because of Corona. But um, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just gonna keep on enjoying it, working hard, and then we'll see where it gets me.
So what we know, you know, on our side, you've got hundreds and hundreds of fans on our side. So everyone's going to be cheering you on that side. I know the Dutch love you, but they should anyhow because you're such a great person outside of ball. Yes, ball is going to open doors for you, but if you're not a good person, I think that that kind of it will fall off, and you're not one of those. And that's why I've loved having our event in the Netherlands so much because you guys have a really good perspective on ball and people. You separate them pretty well. Ball means it's you're serious at ball, but you're also
Yeah,
serious about friendship, which is
yeah,
pretty cool in America. And maybe we're a little bit more serious about the sport and don't care enough about other people, which is odd, but sometimes that's true. And I see that and been around for a good bit. So we've got a lot of girls that are going to be seeing you and they want to get to where you are. What advice would you give them to get to where you are?
yeah. It's kind of cliche, but I guess it's got to be work hard. And along the way, while you're working hard, enjoy the game. And I know, like, it's an easy thing to say, but when you're on a player playing on a higher level or becoming a professional athlete, it's really hard sometimes to still keep on having fun and enjoy the game and be with teammates and not take things too seriously. So the I think the best thing is try to find a combination between working hard and having fun, and then you'll get there. You'll
What
get
what
where you
what
want to be.
what advice would you give to a father that in America are fathers mostly, some women, but they really drive their kids hard, hard, hard. What advice would you give a dad that might be over the top a bit, just needs a little quick lesson on, hey, how do I pull back? What advice would you give that guy, gal?
Yeah, make sure you see your daughter and like recognize what she's feeling. Like not always just pushing, but also when she's like sometimes just ask her, "Did you have fun? I hope you have fun." And not always say like, "Oh, you did well," or "I hope you do well." No, tell them to have fun and to enjoy the game. And I think that's very important too.
Did your dad do that to you?
Um, yes. Yes, he did, but he was also like, I have a competitive family. So, yeah, I have a competitive family, but it was a process and I had to learn to like also have like keep on having fun in the game. And that's also for my family. They had to like learn how to support me and not only by do like saying I have to do good, but also by saying, hey, you need to make sure you enjoy yourself too. And that
So
really
you
worked
know
for
your
me.
dad and mom are going to see this, right?
Yeah.
And you do know that they're going to be like, oh my gosh, didn't know I was that kind of parent or something, right?
Was it a negative thing I
No,
said
no,
that?
it was not. I was just messing with you. So
Because it's like I think parents are that like that a lot, and that's also a good thing to push your kids a little bit. But it's also a good thing to, and I know I'm probably the toughest on myself. Like I'm my biggest enemy, and nobody else is. So I just know like if I'm gonna have kids, that I need to make sure that I'm telling them to have fun too, and not only to be good at what they do.
and that's
So
my job to remind you of that in like 10 years to be sure you,
yeah,
I mean, put the hammer down. Come on, you got to, I remember this interview or something like that. So, but
yeah,
Cindy, we
that's
are
the
going to
deal.
be there. I think we're leaving in 11 days. I'm going to be there much earlier than that, but our crew leaves in 11 days. And it's
Nice.
always my pleasure to see you put a smile on my face because you've always got a smile on your face for some reason. But of course, we love your team too. So, and everyone on there, I kind of know. So it's interesting to see the camaraderie on your team, and then of course we know you guys pretty well. So, anyhow, good luck in that tournament. I always pull for you. I'll be your biggest American fan, that's for sure. So, hey, I'm going to peel off here when I peel off. It actually ends everything. So we'll see you in
Nice.
a week and a half or two, or in.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Time for you to get to bed now. It's now 9 o'clock. Not no, you
I
got
have some time.
yeah, you guys got a
Yeah,
couple hours. Yeah, you're late up. So thank you,
yeah.
Cindy.
See you in a couple of weeks.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Bye bye.